We're back and welcome back. We're back, baby! Welcome back. Greenlight is back. We are back, baby. Guys, have you heard? Greenlight is back. Greenlight is finally back after 6 months of not being able to post. We are finally back, and we're back at the spot that we love the most, Lamborghini Montreal. We love Lamborghinis at Greenlight, and today is a good day for us because not only are we seeing the special car that we're going to show you in just a second, but we have a Huracan STO right here, and we're going to be reviewing that very shortly. I can promise you that. But today we have an even more important car, if you can even believe it. We have a Lamborghini Sian FKP 37, guys. Only 63 of these were made. 63 cars. Lamborghini's first production hybrid supercar, or even hypercar for that matter. This is such an important vehicle. It was named after Ferdinand Karl Piëch, the person that brought Lamborghini to the Volkswagen Group. He was actually born in 1937, which is why this car is called the FKP 37, his initials and the year he was born. And there was actually only 63 made and 19 convertibles. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but a Lamborghini was founded in 1963. So that's why all these numbers are important. This Sián is actually based on the Lamborghini SVJ, and it shares the same platform, suspension, and V12 naturally aspirated engine. But to that, they will add some new titanium intake valves and a brand new exhaust system. And that will bring the horsepower up from 759 to 774, the most to ever come out from a Lamborghini V12 engine. And that is truly incredible. But what is special about this car is that it's a hybrid. But it's not a Prius hybrid, it's a Lamborghini hybrid, which means that it doesn't come with simply a lithium-ion battery, but a supercapacitor instead that will be placed in the gearbox. Now, the difference between a lithium-ion battery and a supercapacitor is very simple, but it's also extremely complicated. But to make it simple for you guys, basically, a lithium-ion battery is made to output a consistent amount of energy over a long period of time. It increases range, but it takes a lot of time to charge up. But a supercapacitor takes barely no time to charge up and will release that power instantly whenever you need it. So, to put it in an example, a lithium-ion battery is like an inflatable mattress that when you open the valve, it will slowly start to deflate. A supercapacitor is like a balloon that you break with a sharp object. It just explodes with power. And they use that very differently. So what they will do in this vehicle is that if you've ever seen videos or if you've ever driven an Aventador, you know that it's a single clutch gearbox, right? So what that does is you'll get an incredibly big kick out of changing gears because you have to detach those 750 plus horsepower and then put them in the next gear, and you really feel it in that car. But if you've driven a Huracan, you know that the dual clutch transmission makes that very smooth. So what they do here is because the supercapacitor is in the gearbox, it will come to smoothen out those gear changes. It will fill the gap between the gear changes so it feels exactly like a dual clutch car, even though it's not. And to that, it will add so much stability to the vehicle on top of the things it already has, like the rear wheel steering and the incredible aerodynamics. This wing is amazing, but this car feels so much more stable at high speeds because of that. So it doesn't feel like a hybrid. Lamborghini didn't want it to feel like a hybrid. They never wanted electric cars. And that's what I love about this vehicle is they took a historical, beautiful engine and car and mixed it with incredibly advanced technology to make the car even more fast and even more fun. Because you will never feel that supercapacitor unless it's making you go incredibly fast, which this car loves to do. So not only does the supercapacitor stabilize this vehicle, but it adds a good amount of power. It will add 34 horsepower, which will bring the total up to 808, which is incredible. And this car is able to do 0 to 100 in 2.8 seconds and has a top speed of 220 miles an hour. So that is astounding, and it's just a crazy thing that they were able to do. And what I like about this is it's kind of showing us a glimpse into the future of V12 engines, and it's making us believe that we might have hope to see that the replacement of the Aventador might have some sort of hybrid engine like this does, with a supercapacitor and a naturally aspirated V12, which is rare these days, and I'm so hopeful that that will happen, and this car is really making me excited for the future of Lamborghini. So this car does seem incredibly futuristic, but it actually has a lot of design elements brought back from past models. The hood and the 3 lights in the back were actually made to resemble the Lamborghini Countach. So what I love about this is you get a perfect harmony between the past and the future of Lamborghini. Another really cool feature about this car is the vents over here in the back. So normally, what a car will do is if the engine needs cooling, it will send a message to the computer with a sensor to open the vents in the back. But this car does it differently. They actually put a spring under these vents, and when the engine heats up, they will expand and open the vents. And when it cools down, it will contract and close them. So that's pretty funny because you get one of the most advanced cars Lamborghini's ever made, and they put some technology in there that's as old as engineering itself. The interior of this car is probably the only place Lamborghini did not go completely crazy, because as you can see, it's pretty much the same interior as an SVJ or any other Aventador. The only thing is that they added the screen from the Huracan Evo. But I like that they didn't change it, because as much as it's crazy on the outside, it's classy and simple on the inside. And it makes you enjoy this car even more in a way. So this car is just beautiful to look at, and I hope it looks as good in video as it does in real life. In front you get these lights over here with Lamborghini's design. You get carbon fiber literally everywhere, and it's so low. It's lower than an Aventador. It barely has 4 inches in the bottom. There's carbon fiber over here. I really like these mags. Intakes for air everywhere. Over here you have some intakes, you have some in the bottom, you have a huge one over here, intakes again on this side, intakes over here, this beautiful Italian flag. They even put benzina on the gas cap, which means fuel in Italian. This car is honestly perfect. The attention to detail is amazing. The exhaust in the back, they put this, it looks like the Performante exhaust or the SVJ exhaust, because you have 2 kind of in the middle of the car, so it's a new trend they're doing now. It's metal, I think, around it, and the look of this car, the person who designed this vehicle did an amazing job, because it looks great, and I hope that the replacement of the Aventador looks something like this and they keep that V12, because it's an engine that everybody has loved, and sadly big engines are disappearing these days, and engines are getting smaller and smaller with hybrid technologies coming in. So hopefully, if Lamborghini does this, that means we might have a V12 for the next 10 years, which makes a lot of people happy, and I hope that that's what they do. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we're officially back. We're gonna be dropping videos every week, and we're excited that this is happening. So we'll see you in the next video with this car right here.